Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Marvel Rivals. There's some big issues that's been happening since the start of Season 3 that I really want to address and talk about. I know there's a ton of videos out there that talk about EOMM, matchmaking this, games bad, games good, whatever. I kind of want to just dig into the way the game's designed, because a couple days ago I hit Diamond 2 this season as a solo queue player. Like, I don't have a team to stack with, I just play this game alone, and I've been playing pretty much since Season 1 consistently, so I have a pretty good idea of what to expect in the game. You know, you win some, you lose some, you go on some win streaks, you go on some lose streaks. There's a lot of EOMM speculation within the game and so on and so forth. I'm not really going to dive into that. There's a million other videos out there like that, but I do want to talk about just the way NetEase has designed their matchmaking and why I think the matchmaking just feels so shoddy in this game. I like I said, I hit Diamond 2, and when I hit Diamond 2 it said that I was above 97% of the players server-wide, and that's on PC. So that puts me in the top 3% of players as a solo queue player in Diamond 2 this season, which is pretty wild. That's like Celestial equivalent of previous seasons, which I'm personally proud of. It just sucks that I've never actually gotten Celestial. Highest I've been is GM every season, Grandmaster every season. So yeah, so I kind of wanted to just talk about what I think is happening and why I think there is just way too much skill disparity happening in the ranks in Marvel Rivals, in the matchmaking, and in my opinion, it's just causing nothing but infighting among the player base. It's causing, it's breeding toxicity, it's creating a lot of hate among the players against each other, when it's really not anyone's fault. It's just the way the game's designed. And I'm pretty active on Reddit, and I made a few topics kind of addressing why I think the matchmaking kind of pits everyone against each other, especially if you're solo queue. If you're stacking, like if you have friends and groups to play with, you kind of get put into a different matchmaking pool. So if you're stacking with friends, you're going to be match made against other stacks. So when you're solo queuing, you generally go up against other people solo queuing, or I think you go up against people who are either duo, maybe sometimes trio stacked, I'm not sure. But I know there's if you're stacked with a full team, you're going to most likely go up against other teams, because the game becomes a lot more different. Because when you choose your teammates and you choose a stack, you're basically taking all the random factors out of the game. Like, you're not letting the game choose your teammates anymore. You're choosing who you want, so you have more control over your games, how they play out, the results. And that's where a lot of the good players is in Eternity and One Above All and Celestial, because they're all, you know, in stacks and groups who know how to coordinate and play together well. But for solo queue players, it's pretty much hell. Like, it's not really a fun experience. And a lot of that has to do with some changes they made recently to the game. So I think everyone knows about chrono shields at this point. So the way Marvel Rivals works is, obviously you start ranked at bronze, you work your way up to silver, gold, platinum, diamond, Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, and then One Above All, I believe. The problem with chrono shields is they're active in bronze, silver, and gold ranks. So what that chrono shield system does is effectively it's like a crutch. It's like a well, it's essentially a shield. So when you have that shield charged, when you lose a game, it's going to prevent you from losing points on the loss. So it's actually, you know, helping people get to a higher rank whether they deserve it or not. So there's a lot of players who end up in plat, because chrono shields kind of funnel players into platinum. That's where they drop the players off, is in platinum. And so a lot of players who sometimes don't deserve to be in platinum, whether it's their individual skill or their game sense, they end up in platinum when they really don't belong there. And then the second problem is that every time the season resets, everyone gets pushed back by 2 ranks. So you have GM players that are now pushed back 2 ranks, which puts them in gold again. And then you have Celestial players who are pushed back 2 ranks, who are now in platinum. And so you could kind of see what happens here. The GMs that are pushed into gold now have chrono shields again. So they're going to probably move into platinum pretty quickly again. Because platinum doesn't have that crutch, those chrono shields anymore, you kind of end up with a quick mix of GM and Celestial players fighting it out at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season reset. The players who were previously plat, gold, silver, bronze, they're going to basically be pushed back to bronze, silverish, right? So, but they also now get chrono shields again. So they're going to probably start climbing up quicker too because of those chrono shields. So now you have like the whole player base condensed into only like 4 to 5 different ranks that are pretty easy to move up in because of the chrono shields. And now you're just mixing like so many different skill, like game experienced players amongst each other. And platinum seems, in my opinion, platinum seems to be the elo hell, because that's where the chrono shields drop players off, is in platinum, and that's where most of the players after a seasonal reset end up, is in platinum. So and that's assuming that every single player playing the game hops on to play the game right after rank reset. That's not always the case. People sometimes log in days, weeks after a reset. So, you know, the longer you take to get on, there's a higher chance you're going to end up with people who are peak platinum players while you're a former GM or Celestial player, and you're going to end up with them as teammates because the game doesn't look any deeper than the surface level. It sees that, oh, you're plat, this person's plat, we match them together. But the reality is one person's a peak platinum player with limited game experience, and the other person's a former GM Celestial player with an expanded game experience, who is most likely going to beat the peak platinum player. And then you sometimes end up in completely lopsided games, or you have like 4 peak platinum players going up against 4 or 5 former GM Celestial players. And it just turns into an absolute stomp. Like, there's no way you're going to win that. And it's just really frustrating because, you see, I don't mind losing games. It's the way that they're lost that pisses me off in Marvel Rivals. Because, you know, in a ranked game, I want to know that the rank that I get to is deserved because I put in the time, I put in the practice to get good with multiple heroes, to learn the maps, to learn the mechanics, to learn different heroes, to know how to counterplay, to know how to do all that stuff. And I want to be paired up with teammates who are alike, who have the same mindset, who have earned their rank and their progress the same way I have, so then we can start to have high quality games that are fun and challenging, and our teammates our opposition is about the same, so we're having these really close fought matches. And if I lose, I know that it was because I was outplayed. If we win, then it feels even better, right? And right now, that's just not the experience. Right now, it just feels like everybody from every rank is just intermingled in the ranks. And as a solo queue player, it's really frustrating to lose because I'm getting teammates that are making like silver and gold level mistakes. And here I am currently a diamond player, where those mistakes shouldn't be happening in my games. And yet I'm getting teammates who are making those kind of mistakes, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's a heavily team-focused game. Either I have to be a million times better than the entire lobby to be able to carry my team, or I'm just at the mercy of my teammates when it comes to solo queue, and it's been bad. Like I went from Diamond 2 and now I dropped down to Platinum 2 again in the last in the last 2 days. I've lost, I think, 25 or 27 games, and almost every single game, I'm not saying I'm perfect, obviously I make mistakes too, but I'm not making rookie mistakes anymore, like mistakes you would see in silver, gold, stuff like that. Those are the kind of mistakes I'm seeing from my teammates, and those are the things that are costing me the games. Like, there's a lot of support players this season I've noticed that are double ulting again on each other. They're not communicating their ults. They're wasting their ults off the capture point when we don't even have the point captured yet. So that's a complete throw. And we're just getting like weird picks too. Like, we're not starting the game with supports that can save the team with their ults. We're getting like weird compositions that don't really make a lot of sense. And then, you know, you have the usual shenanigans, you know, like egos getting in the way, people refusing to switch off, people who can't even switch off because they don't know anything else. It's just really frustrating experience to be dealing with right now. There is just way too much skill disparity happening within the ranks in this game. Especially as a solo queue player, you're just given, it's like rolling the dice on teammates when you matchmake, and it's just really frustrating because, you know, I worked really hard to get where I am as a solo queue, and I worked really hard to like practice multiple heroes and learn the game, and it's just really frustrating to get teammates who aren't even there yet, and it's like, but for some reason we're in the same rank. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and it's just, in my opinion, it's not the player's fault. Like, it's easy to blame teammates and stuff like that, but ultimately it's just the game's design setting us all up for failure. And that's the most frustrating part about a loss, is not that it was even a well-fought match. It was just, this person shouldn't be in my game and I shouldn't be in their game. It's as simple as that. But for some reason, we're in the same rank because of the way this game's designed, where Chrono Shields kind of drop people off in plat, and seasonal resets put people drop people off in plat as well, and then you just have a giant mixed bag, and they expect people to just be nice to each other at that point when elos are getting sold and ranking points are getting lost, and they expect people to be friendly with each other when they design a system that is essentially going to cause people to hate each other. So it's weird, and I don't really know how I feel about it. I kind of just like got off the game tonight after my like another third day of just losing games. Even though I performed quite well in my games, like really well in my games, I've just been like, I'm a flex player. Like, I can identify the threats on the other team, and I can identify the weaknesses within our team and the counterplays that need to happen. So I try to make those switches to accommodate my team, but it almost feels like every time I switch to cover one hole in our team, a new hole opens up, and I can't cover them all at the same time. And then it's just a lost cause, because every time it just seems like it's the other team that just knows what they're doing, while I'm just constantly put on the team that just doesn't know what they're doing. Like, so I don't know. This season in particular has been bad. I've never really felt it this strongly in other seasons. I don't know what it is with this season, but yeah, it's not good, and it's not really fun, and I'm probably just going to put the game down until the next season and try it again, see if it's a different experience. But I really just want to play quality games where my teammates are very similar to me in skill, just like a proper ranked game should be. And it's just not happening. So I just want to make this video, get my thoughts out there. I'm sure this will resonate with a lot of you, because, you know, you always see people rage baiting each other saying, oh, this game's dead, blah blah blah, right? No game is dead until the server's shut down. Okay, let's get that straight. But it's not to say that the game could be doing better. as well. You know, player numbers would probably be a lot higher if they address these matchmaking issues, because I think based on, you know, a lot of platforms I've seen, Reddit, on the Steam discussions, and other places, it seems like matchmaking is the biggest problem for people. And I kind of just outlined the why, and unless they kind of change something, I don't think people are going to stick around when it's just such a mixed bag of teammates and skill disparity in the matchmaking system as a solo queue anyways. I'm sure people who are playing in amazing stacks and you guys are all really good players are having the time of your life. I envy you guys, but the rest of us who are playing solo queue are having a pretty tough time. So, alright guys, hopefully you made it this far in the video. If you resonated with this, with my thoughts, let me know in the comments below. I kind of hope to make some Marvel Rival videos in the future, but we'll see. Right now, I think I'm gonna take a break from the game. So, all right, guys. Good luck with your matches, and I'll catch you later.
I'll patch you up.